Hello folks, and welcome to episode 10 of the Counting Sheep podcast. My name is Ruth and I will be your host, and I'm coming from the lovely state of Vermont, where it is a nice sunny and breezy day today. So there have been a couple of breezes already that have kind of knocked things over, so we'll see how it goes. And I welcome all of you. Thank you for subscribing, and if you like what you see, please subscribe and like and comment down below. Let me know what you're making, and any other comments, questions, feel free to leave them below. As I said, I'm coming to you from Vermont, from my farm where I live with my husband. We have sheep and chickens, and also Cooper, my dog, who's going to sleep here right at my feet, and our house cat Dora. So yeah, and it is fall in the Northern Hemisphere, and it's feeling it, and I'm enjoying it. This is truly my season. I love fall, but I think it's one of those energetic type of seasons. After the long summer that we've had, not really having a summer, as somebody told me this morning. Gardens have been a little bit of a disappointment up here because of all the rain we've had, and also all the flooding. So yeah, but now I'm welcoming fall. We just had the equinox on Saturday, and so yeah, let's do everything fall. I have all the fall making vibes, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. It tends to be a season where I want to just start all the things. I don't know if you feel the same, but I first want to show you my vest. This is not a new make. This is something I've made several years ago now, and it is called, let's see, the Sideways Stripes. I have notes today. The Sideways Stripes Vest by Nancie M. Wiseman, and I'll stand up to show you. Sorry about the scraping, maybe. Yeah, that's not too bad. And this is made from Noro yarn. And as the name implies, it's done side to side. Let me just turn around. And as you know, Noro comes in all sorts of different colorways. And this pattern is from an old book. The copyright date on it is actually 2004, but I checked this morning and you can still get this book on Amazon, and I highly recommend it. All of the vests in this book are great. So it's Classic Crocheted Vests by Nancie M. Wiseman. And I want to just show you this one that I have on in here, because it's made of a different Noro yarn. So there's that. There is another vest in here that I have been trying to make for the longest time, and I think I get started with with one of the diamonds on this one, and then I put it aside. So it's a true over the decades type of project. So yeah, that one's very pretty, and like I said, they're all, you know, pretty nice. Here's a little cropped number in a nice fall color. And here's another one that uses a little bit of a basket stitch. I don't know if you could see that. It's a dark, kind of a dark purple there. Hard to pick up on the texture, but there's a whole textured strip running down the front. Yeah, so just wanted to share a few of these with you, because this book is definitely one to have in your library, your crochet library. Here's another one. This is also textured. Anywho, that is Classic Crochet Vests by Nancie M. Wiseman. I highly recommend it. The instructions are very well planned out, and very doable patterns there. So anyway, that's what I have on. It's a favorite. Yeah, as soon as it gets cool in the fall, I bust it out. So, all right. So, like I said, still available on Amazon, that book, and it's not. I think it's less than $20 US. So, the other thing that occupies me every fall is I can't get over it. Like, I have enough fall decorations in the house, but I can't resist making a pumpkin. And so I saw this one, it came across my email, and this is by Twice Sheared Sheep, this pumpkin. And it's a crochet pumpkin. It's really cute. Now, I did mine in a worsted weight yarn, something from leftovers from stash. This is wool, and I don't even know what the color name is or the color number from it. And the brown and the green were also from stash, and I believe this was some white yarn that I had kicking around, and I actually dyed it green myself, so it's kind of variegated a little bit, which makes a nice leaf. So, little tri-leaf clover leaf type thing for this pumpkin. But yeah, I tried a new technique with this. This is amigurumi, and most amigurumi is done in like a single crochet, so you get a nice tight fabric. But what I did this time was I used the yarn under method rather than the yarn over method, and that actually causes the single crocheting to look like little X's. So I don't know if you can see that. And it's much different from the yarn over crochet, the single crochet. So I used a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook for this. The yarn recommended 5.5 millimeter hook. So I always go down a size or two so I can get a nice firm fabric to stuff. And yeah, I love it. It's got all those autumn vibes going on there. So, and I whipped it up pretty fast. I get distracted sometimes with my other projects, and then when I see a pumpkin, I just go off on that little road to Pumpkinville to make pumpkins. So yeah, so that's my contribution to all the fall feelings that we're having. So, all right, so I'm gonna move on to my almost done project. I've been talking about this for a couple episodes now, and this is my Prairie Bag. I'll show you the pattern first. This is by Natalia Kononova, and she is otherwise known as Outstanding Crochet. And when I saw this initially, I thought, oh, I don't need another bag, but then when I looked at it more closely, I was like, wow, I'm really intrigued by that technique. And this is called overlay crochet. And you can do this in one color or two, and I elected to do two. I used Shepjez Kantona yarn, and this is 100% cotton, and 100% mercerized cotton. This is color 280, and I forget what color number this is, but I think I put it in my previous show notes. Anyway, the only thing I have left to do on this is the top, reinforce the top band, and I have elected to put a lining in my bag because I just kind of like that aesthetic. But let me show you how this looks. So this is my bag, and mine actually turned out a little bigger than the designer's, just slightly bigger. And I'm glad actually that I bought an extra ball of the blue as she recommended, because I wanted the longer handles, and I really did, as you can see, need that blue. And also, once I get the interfacing on top constructed with the bag lining, it actually gets crocheted into the garment, or into the bag, which I think is great. So I chose fabric. I just went stash diving once again, I am a would-be sewer. I learned to sew in 4-H when I was a kid, and I go back to it now and again. So I tend to collect some material, not a lot. But this one was in my stash. It has little birds on it, so this is what I'm planning to line it with. And I already put interfacing on the back. This is stuff that just steams on with an iron. So there's that. Whoops. Little breezy today. Yeah, so I have those two pieces, and they'll get stitched together, and then they get stitched to a ring of really strong interfacing for the top, which is what the bag really needs. This is a very substantial bag, as you can imagine, with 100% cotton, but it's a strong bag, and I see myself using this for a lot of stuff. So yeah, once again, Prairie Bag by Outstanding Crochet. Highly recommend. All the instructions are great, including the finishing instructions on how to sew a lining, how to measure for the interfacing. All that stuff is spelled out wonderfully, so can't recommend it enough. I'm looking forward to perhaps doing some more of her patterns, because she is a top-notch crocheter designer. So yeah, check her stuff out. Alrighty, so I just want to touch on one thing, the Felix mitts, which I've been talking about for the past couple podcasts. Like I said, I got distracted by the pumpkins, so a lot of stuff did not get any progress. But the Felix, sometimes I get stuck before I even get started. And with these Felix mitts, that's what I'm finding. I think at this point I have decided to actually make gauge with this particular project. Now let me just show you. This is, I might have shown me, yeah, here's a picture of them. I showed these before. Nice mitts. They have a little bit of texture running up the back of them. And I'm struggling with the weight of the yarn. And so I was going to crochet two strands of yarn together, one being a mohair and one being this lace weight yarn, which is Corriedale Polworth and nylon. But now I've decided that that the mohair is probably going to really kind of mask that texture on the back. And so I think what I'm going to do is hold two strands of this together. And I'm going to swatch it up this week and see where I fall out with that. Really, I'm looking forward to making them. I don't know why I haven't started it. It's just that, you know, this time of year is busy and, you know, you get distracted with other things. So anyway, so yeah, stay tuned, watch this space. I'll probably get those going this week. Just wanted to touch on that very briefly, not to, so that, you know, I haven't forgotten about those. So next in exciting news, Moorit number 5 is out, and I haven't spoken about Moorit before here on the channel, I think. Moorit magazine is a crochet magazine that's published in Edinburgh, Scotland, by Alison Chu, who's an American living there. And she has a podcast with her mom. She's had it for quite some time. Mom's a knitter, she's a crocheter, Alison's a crocheter. And so this is a number 5, and I'm telling you, every time this magazine comes out, she hits it out of the park. So anyway, this is number 5, and this is their autumn-winter 2023. And they're actually going to be having a crochet along. So what you can do is just pick any pattern from any Moorit magazine, and it starts October 1st and runs until the end of the year. And so I decided I needed to do something, of course, right? It's fall. So anyway, I wanted to show you which one I'm doing. I don't want to show you all the magazine because sometimes it's nice to just browse through it yourself, right? Um, and see all the stuff the first go around. But this is a shawl, or actually it's a hat. It's called the Fealty Hap by Faye Dashper-Hughes. And I used to watch her podcast. She no longer podcasts, but I enjoyed her when she was on, and I also enjoyed seeing her designs and the way she thought about yarn and that sort of thing. So yeah, when I saw this, I thought this is really nice. Now this is a huge hap, huge shawl, but it has beauty in its simplicity. And of course I've already started to swatch for it. I probably will not be making the sizes that are in here, only because I only have so much yarn. But this is a special yarn. I bought this in Venice, Italy, when my husband and I were there for our anniversary several years ago. And this is called Soft Cashmere for Lila Bella, which is a store in Venice. Beautiful store. Lovely people. They spoke perfect English, which is better than my Italian, which is nothing, except to say thank you. But this is a 100% cashmere yarn made just for them, and it is a lace weight. It is 770 yards, and this is 50 grams, so very fine. And I only have 2 skeins of it. And this is what it looks like. It's this nice gray, and it feels so beautiful. I mean, how can you resist this? You know, you go to Italy and get some Italian cashmere. Hard to pass up, but and it was a special occasion, so why not? That's what you need is you know, souvenir yarn. Anyway, I started casting. Well, I cast it on. I didn't even bother with it. Who am I kidding? I did not bother swatching this. It's a shawl, so fit doesn't really matter. But anyway, here it is. It's light as a feather. Beautiful, huh? So yeah, this is a pretty easy repeat, two row repeat. Can I speak? So it's nice to have right next to you while you're watching television, and just put on a few rows or 1 or 2 rows. But anyway, yeah, let me see if I can get this. She recommends putting a stitch marker on each end, and it actually adds a little weight to this thing so that, you know, it's not just flying away on you. So there you have it. I can't wait until it's done. It'll be a while, I'm sure. This will be like, you know, done 10 podcasts from now on episode 20. So, well, let's hope not, right? Yeah, so anyway, that is the Fealty Hap from the latest Moorit magazine. Here's another picture of it. Kind of an up close and personal of the stitch pattern in there. Yeah. So, very excited about that. I'm using the ball band as a bookmark here, so I can keep track of where I'm at. So, yeah, if it moves you, come along and crochet with us on the crochet along. I think there's going to be prizes too. I think I heard that. Okay, so on to knitting. I have made some progress on my sunflower mittens. If you recall, this is a sunflower mitten pattern by Mary Jane Mucklestone. It's getting pretty beat up. So there's that. And I have mine here. And I am using an abstract fiber yarn, worsted weight, superwash merino. Colorway is called Warm, so that's what the colorway looks like. And I'm also using a skein of worsted weight in the brown color from Shepherd's Wool, which is a mill in Michigan. And this is what I have, which I think is so pretty. This is the sunflower, and you can kind of compare one to the other there. So getting there. Actually, once you sit down with a worsted weight pattern, worsted weight yarn pattern, it goes pretty quickly. And then the other side is this, and this is the little thumb hole here. Yeah, so this is fun, and the yarn is so squishy. Nice. It'll be nice and nice pair of warm mittens. I'm loving all those fall colors, so love, love, love. Yeah. So, like I said, this is usually done in a worsted weight, and they recommend number 5 and 7 needles, but I've gone down a size for both sets of needles because I tend to be a loosey-goosey knitter. So those are coming along. And then, unfortunately, I cannot give you there's no update or progress on the pressed flowers cardie. I haven't touched that. My husband and I went away for a few days, and so we spent some time relaxing and seeing the sights up at Campobello Island in New Brunswick, Canada. So that was really nice to be away for that. Long card ride up there, about 7 to 8 hours. So I did get some knitting done, some crocheting done, but not on the cardie. And of course, you know, I want to start all the things right now, so lots of distractions. I have to kind of slow my roll and say, okay, whoa, you know, that's enough of that. So, and also I have no update on spinning. I ran into a little glitch with my e-spinner. I took it along with me because you can spin in the car with the e-spinner, but I ran into some kind of glitch with the mechanism, so I have to kind of parse that out and see what's going on and sort it out. But yeah, I'll update you the next time with the spinning. Speaking of which, I will be attending the Vermont Sheep Wool Festival this coming Saturday, which is September 30th, 2023. I am going to be spinning with my local yarn shop ladies from about 10 until noon. We'll be in the Floral Hall at the Tunbridge Fairgrounds. So if you are there, come by and say hello. And then afterwards, I will be probably walking around with my friend Tammy, who also spins, knits, crochets, and I think she's also a quilter. So she's got a lot going on. But we're meeting up for the day and having a girls' day out, and I'm looking forward to it. So that's coming up in my shenanigans, and I will take some footage hopefully and take you along with me so that you can have some of those experiences as well. So all right, so I think that's it for me. A very short episode this time around, but next time I'm sure I will be having more projects to show you that are further along than they are now. So until next time, stay well and keep yourself safe, keep crafting, and I will see you the next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.